Hi guys, this is the Heart Pirates, TCG here. I was at Gen Con and I played Law. I went 5-4 both days. Didn't do as well as I expected, but this was my first regionals or big tournament that I was ever able to get into. So I learned a lot, and that is why I'm making this video on why I'm never playing Law again. Now, to put a little context on this video, I think I'm at the very least, decent Law player. Okay, I've won, I don't know, 5 or 6 like local. I haven't played Law at a lot of locals, but a lot of them that I have played them in, I've either won or gotten like top 4, like pretty much every single time. So I'm at least decent. I think I'm good though. Not the best, but a good Law player. And at a 9-round tournament, okay, you're playing good opponents, or at least at the very end, you're playing pretty good opponents similar to your skill level or better every single time. And Law is a deck that is very inconsistent, okay? And the only way that you're going to top with Law is if you draw very well throughout pretty much the entire tournament. Because the reason I say that is because Law has 3 different searchers, okay? And each of them draw 3 different combo pieces that help you win games. For example, you have Bonnie to search your blockers and then your restand Laws, okay? And then you have Namis to search your 2Ks and Chopper or Zoros, even though Bonnie can do that too. And then you have Dodon to search your 2Ks or your blockers, something like that, or even your searchers, your Nami. So like each of them have specific functions throughout the deck, all right? And when you play games without 1 or 2 of them, the deck is severely limited and you have to rely on drawing them either out of life or once per turn during your draw phase, okay? And that's a problem. That's a huge problem. Now in locals, it's not too bad because you can get lucky, or at least, probably you probably only need to draw well like 2 to 3 times throughout the tournament, right? But in big tournaments, you have to draw well 7 to 8 times throughout the day. Even with a mulligan, that's very tough. And let's say you open up with Nami or Dodon and no Bonnie. You search with both of them. You bottom deck 2 Laws and a Bonnie. Now you're at a very uphill battle because you just don't have the combo pieces to stabilize and do all the Law shenanigans that you need to, and that makes the deck feel really bad, really, really, really bad. And I just think that the deck, if you don't you can play the deck without drawing like Nami or Dodon, but you can't play the deck if you don't draw Bonnie. Bonnie is the most important card in the deck, and there was multiple tournaments or multiple rounds throughout the tournament where I was playing by bouncing back Zoro and then passing. I don't do anything. I don't have bouncing back Zoro and then playing Beige for the shambles effect. It felt really, really, really bad. On top of the fact that whenever you play Law now, you have to go into Fire Fist, you have to go into Seaquake, you have to go into Jet Pistol, you have to go into Marco and Vista, you have to go into 3000 Worlds and Mihawk. There's so many cards that can actually just get rid of everything you have on the board. And it was especially apparent when the first round in the regional or in the Treasure Cup, I played against an ace and he opened double Fire Fist, double Seaquake, Buggy. He opened up Flame Emperor, triggered into a Flame Emperor. It just felt like I couldn't play the deck the way it should be played because I couldn't even get 5 characters on the field. And even if I did, they just didn't do anything because I couldn't bounce them back and replay them and get the card search that I think makes the deck a tier 1 deck. And now, don't get me wrong. I think when it draws well, I think it's the best deck in the game. More than likely, Zoro probably might be a little bit better because it's just more consistent, but Law, when it draws well, I think it is the highest ceiling in the game, but it has a very, very low floor if you don't draw well. And throughout the course of 9 rounds, I think that it's a bad choice to bring to a tournament. I don't care how good you are with the deck. Very few people top with Law, and they have to be 1, really good, and 2, have to draw really well. So There's a couple people I was witnessing throughout the tournament playing Law at some of the top tables, and they finished pretty well, in the regionals in day one. And then the Treasure Cup, like midway through the rounds, I saw them at some of the bottom tables, like 200, 300, because they either just didn't draw well or I don't know. But like that type of inconsistency just makes the deck not worth playing to me, regardless of if it's fun or not, regardless if it's like maybe it's a deck building thing. I don't think so. I'm playing a pretty standard list. It just feels very bad. And I'm not discouraging anyone from playing the deck. I still think it's fun if you bring it to locals, but I think that playing it at a big tournament probably isn't the best thing to play if you want to top. I think it's Zoro and Newgate, or like any type of consistent deck that can just like that doesn't revolve around drawing multiple combo pieces. So that's all I gotta say to you guys. Let me know if you agree or if I'm on copium. Let me know if I'm just a bad player, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.